3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, you got John Farmer, you got James Wilson, and this whole thing. So I was just thinking podcasts. If you would, before we get into anything, we've got a new intro. We're trying it out. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. We're playing around with it. But yeah, please. And also like, subscribe. But again, let us know what you think. And with that being said, what's going on, man?
Oh, just kicking it, man.
Yeah?
Just came from Walmart of all places. It's pretty freaking busy, like even at this time.
Damn.
I was walking out to the parking lot with my shopping cart, and I noticed there's all these shopping carts, those receptacles in the parking lot. There's just all these shopping carts there, but none of them are like actually in the little aisle that it goes in.
So kind of
And
like
I was just thinking. It seems that I'd be seeing more and more of that. Do you put the shopping cart back where you're supposed to after your?
Yeah. I mean, I'll walk around and I'll do the.
Do you put it back in the receptacle once
The
you finish
receptacle.
loading the groceries in your vehicle?
Yeah.
I just it seems like no one gives a shit anymore, or even more people don't give a shit. Even when it comes to just pushing it in the little aisle so it goes in and it
goes to
doesn't
the
start
end and doesn't roll back.
It doesn't start blocking the parking lot after like 10 carts.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was pretty funny. I was thinking about taking a picture, but I'm not a social media guy.
Yeah. Well. Nah. I mean, sometimes I've actually gone in there, and I mean it aggravates the hell out of me. I don't know why. But like if there's like a cart just randomly, especially when I'm trying to park, I pull in, somebody's just left a shopping cart there.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Yeah, that was I noticed that a lot in New York when we were living up there. Like this, and so I'm like, what the fuck, man? Can't we just? It's right. It's really right there. Just like this.
It's noticed the only people who do that are the people with busted ass cars that don't really care if a shopping cart hits their car. So they don't give a shit.
Yeah.
That's funny. More power to them. God bless
But-
us.
But I think, what are your thoughts? What is the other place that does this? Here, the first place I saw it was when we were over in Europe, maybe Switzerland. We were at a grocery store, and you got to put the quarter in. Over there, it's a euro. You got to put a euro in.
Oh, what? No, just go ahead.
Yeah, and then it disconnects it. And the only way to get your money back is you got to reconnect it to another slot, and it pops your thing back. I think it's some grocery store chain here. It's got like a German name to it. Lindo, something starts with an L.
It's not that weird Lidl place?
Yeah.
Like Lidl?
Yeah.
I never even knew how to pronounce that till I heard someone else say it. So thank you to that person for saying it. So now I sound smart saying it. Dude, I see those places and I don't know. It's like, what's that other freaking place? I can't remember. There's all these little grocery chains coming up now. What's the one that doesn't have grocery bags?
Is it Whole Foods?
No, not the wholesale place.
Green Sprout or something?
I can't remember. They just opened a place by my house.
Yeah.
They don't do grocery bags, and they have like all the off-brand stuff. It's like you're stepping into another dimension.
Yeah.
There's like Orion cookies and like
Orion.
Cheezos, cracker chips, shit like that. I can't
What's
believe
Dr. Thunder?
Yeah,
that was my favorite knockoff.
exactly. Dr. Thunder, Mountain Mist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never been to that, but that seems like a good idea. You just put down a deposit for the shopping cart, and you get that
Yeah.
deposit back, as long as you do what you're fucking supposed to do.
I wonder
That's good.
at the end of the day, because my first job, my first like official job when I turned 16, everything was a bag boy at a grocery store. And I wonder, and part of the job is you're out there, hey, you go out there, you
Hmm.
push carts back up to the thing. I wonder if do they have like a bag boy per se to go out there and collect carts, and then they get. I would imagine that's the thing. Not many people. I mean, these things are. There's no loose carts really
Yeah, those
out and
guys at
about.
Walmart like have that machine they connect them to, so it
Yeah,
can push like
I wish I would have had
100
that.
carts at a time. You
Yeah.
wish you had that?
Well, we didn't. Well, as many carts as they got lined up, we probably didn't even have that many customers a day.
I wonder. I
So
wonder what year those were invented. Like before that, everyone was just pushing 100 carts up the parking lot. Ah! Or they had to get like a few at a time. That's funny, but you should put the shopping cart back where you're supposed to.
yes, yes.
Or if you don't give a shit, don't give a shit. In this world and nowadays, people just do whatever the hell they want. So I ain't gonna tell you how to live your
Man.
life. I ain't gonna tell you where to put your
Live your
shopping
life.
carts, people.
You shopping cats. But yeah, that does it. That is a real. I don't know why, but it eats me up. Just loose carts, and maybe it was stem from my job there, but
Yeah, it probably does. It used to work at a grocery store. You know
that's
how it
like
is.
I like the neat,
You know what
a
it
neat
is.
cart section.
Anything been nagging at your brain? Anything been
Well-
making you thinky?
Yeah, man. Um. So obviously, you can imagine. So in laundry this week, and I take like 2 loads out of the dryer. And I just dump them on the chair, and then I'll go swap it out. I did 2 loads, and so today I'm like picking out, trying to find what's the most not wrinkled, and I was wondering, how wrinkled is too wrinkled for you? Do you go out and like wrinkled
Well-
shirts, or do you have to have?
This is like an old work shirt. It's pretty wrinkled, but I don't wear too wrinkled shit.
Yeah,
When I'm doing laundry, like I would fluff up my shirts to get the wrinkles out. But yeah, you can't be wearing wrinkly shit. It looks weird.
Yeah.
It looks stupid.
well, something I have a habit of doing is, all right, let's say I got the pile of the 2 loads, and then I pick out everything like socks.
Yeah,
Who gives a
exactly.
shit? So I'll pick socks out of there, and then like undershirts or something if I'm wearing a white t-shirt or something.
Yeah.
But then eventually it gets down to I gotta throw this shit back in the dryer.
Yeah, same here.
rewatch it.
I would pick out the towels, fold those quick and easy. They take up a lot of space.
Yeah.
Then, get the socks and underwear. You don't need to fluff those. My gym shorts here. But then I got all my t-shirts sitting there like, I don't want to fluff these up and fold them. So they just get piled up and they get more wrinkled and
Yeah.
more shirts keep piling up on them. It's a bitch. I hate doing laundry.
Have you ever tried to just pull it out like this and stretch it? Try to stretch the wrinkles out of them.
Nah.
I've tried a few times. It didn't work.
They got that wrinkle spray. I only use it when I like travel
Wrinkle
and shit
release.
though. Yeah. Wrinkles. Yeah, you can't be wearing too wrinkled as shit.
Yeah.
Especially like the nicer the clothes, like you can't wear a polo shirt that's even got 1 or 2 wrinkles in it. You'll look ridiculous.
You ever see like the old days, like Well, now, we got the sprays and shit like that. Um, but you get to thinking about back in the day where, I mean, when were dryers even invented?
I think like in the 20s or 30s.
Yeah.
I saw this show where they were like trying to sell people the kitchen appliances, and they were like, "Well, you gonna work with for all this stuff, and this stuff gonna own you one day." Well, I forget what show that was. They're like trying to sell the woman a fridge.
Yeah.
It was like, well, then we got to do this to keep up with it. These things are gonna take over our life. I don't want no refrigerator. That was funny as fuck. I guess people really did think that back in the day, but I think they were invented like 20s or 30s. So like it's been 100 years.
Well, you ever see like the old irons?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Where it's just the handle and just a slab of steel, shaped like the ones we got now, but it just sit it over the fire.
Yeah, I've
And
seen.
what you just clothesline. You put it on the clothesline. You then sit this thing down.
Yeah, I've seen enough movies to know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But I ain't seen an actual one in real life.
Someone like a museum type thing. But
An iron from 1900s.
yeah.
Right next to the portable CD player and the Walkman, in the Museum of Natural History, Unnatural History.
Oh man.
Man, I'm old. I tell you, man, 35 is old.
Yeah.
I feel old.
I'm about to be 47 in March.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be 36 in January. I'm not looking forward to that. I finally understand now, like, no, I don't really want to celebrate my birthday.
Yeah.
I don't really want to party or just be like, hey, everybody, it's my birthday.
Now you're not a birthday person? You don't?
Not anymore, because
No.
I'm just getting old.
Yeah.
Not successful or anything. I don't like to think about it. And 35 kind of hit me harder. And 36 going to hit me even harder, because that's like closer to 40 now. Oh my God, what am I going to do?
Wait till 45. Yeah, don't get better. Yeah, I sit around. I told you, that's why I watch like motivational videos and stuff, right? Because I'm like, damn, man, this sucks. I'm rolling into 50. I said, man, I'm on the back end of this fucking life. I gotta keep my spark going or something.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, I hear you, man. So that's why you should buy kitchen appliances to save time, so that you can spend more time living. You don't need to go hunt your food anymore and skin it, gut it, clean it, and then like grill it before it goes bad. You can put in the ice box, man. You can kick back and relax.
Put that shit in a shetty.
It just turns out when everyone got the stuff, they just spent more time doing other work.
Yeah.
Because that's how it is. We work, do what we got to do. Yellowstone. 1923, that was the show. They go into town. And this guy's like trying to sell the woman a fridge, and they're all just laughing, thinking that's dumb. And the one guy's like, "These things gonna own you one day, mister."
Yeah.
I thought I was funny, because they're just like, bullshit, get that fridge and oven out of here. A gas oven or what?
Gas oven.
Yeah, I remember that. That kind of stuck with me, man. I guess just old people just being stubborn. And one thing I do know is, no matter what changes generation to generation, every generation will not understand the younger generation. And I finally get that now. I was thinking of the Will Smith song, Parents Just Don't Understand. I mean, it's fucking true. It's true. Yeah. They just don't understand. They're not going to understand. If I'm a parent, if I become a parent, I will not understand.
Yeah, that's going to be a whole
So I've just accepted that. Like, every generation It's not going to understand the new one. They're going to be like, what is this shit they're listening to? Dancing in front of the camera, lip singing some stupid song.
Yeah.
I don't understand these people, you know?
Geolocating fucking Pokemons.
When this generation grows up, our country is screwed. So, like, how many generations have said that since, like, fucking... since the birth of America?
You know, that if I could go back in time, that'd be... I mean, it'd probably go all the way back to Adam and Eve.
This generation's gonna put our world
Cain and Abel was
fire.
like, y'all don't understand. They're like, you're right. We don't.
We don't.
They're the only
know.
ones that are like, we don't.
Fucking know, dude.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. What is an Atari?
Man. Lord help us.
What the hell is a Snapchat?
You got any other burning questions?
Oh, man.
I saw one on there that was good.
Next up, oh,
excuse
sorry.
you, boss.
Yeah, excuse me.
2-minute beers, carbonations.
Carbonation. All right. Have you ever pulled a gun on somebody or had a gun pulled on you?
I've never pulled a gun on anyone. Never had to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had a gun pulled on me once in a road rage incident. I was in Sandy. I might have mentioned this on the other podcast about road rage, but I was I was in Sandy Springs driving to my friend's apartment. I might have been going slow because I was pretty lit, but yeah, all I did was like look at him, pulled a fucking gun on me. You're like, really, dude, really? That guy is a punk. He must have been having a bad day, but yeah, he pulled a gun on me for practically nothing. It's a punk thing to do. It's hard to take people seriously when they just go from 0 to 100. Like, oh, look, I have a gun now. When it's not really like life-threatening.
Were you slamming on brakes or shooting them?
No, and that's another thing. If someone's riding my ass, you can't brake check them because if they run into you, you will be liable for hitting your brakes on purpose and causing the accident.
Yeah, and they can look at the brake marks on the ground and say, okay.
Yeah, so never brake check anyone, even if they're like an inch away from
I've never.
I didn't brake check. All I did was look at him as he was driving by because he was riding my ass, and he knew what he was doing. So he was like wanting to get a rise out of me, and he was wanting me to react. But I do know people. I have heard of people who do that. One of my friends' cousins is known for pulling a gun on people all the time. He's some prick, like, of course, drives a BMW, white BMW. He talks shit all the time. Me and him got into it once, but I kind of just, like, walked away. And my cousin was like, man, I'm surprised you didn't pull a gun on you, because last weekend he did that at some other guy, and his brother had to, like, jump in. Like, apparently this guy pulls guns all the time on people.
I'll use it. I swear this time. Yeah.
But no, I've never had that happen.
Yeah.
Never seen someone pull a gun on someone. Never, like, pulled out a gun on me, like, right in front of my face. Like, someone in the car next to me, like, pointed it at me for a second and started talking shit, maybe. But no, I haven't had. How about you? You've been in the Army?
Actually, you mentioned the road rage, and funny is my first. I've been around guns, but growing up and everything. But I guess about, I don't know, I couldn't have been about 7, 8 years old, and we're driving down the road, and these two cars are pulled over as passing, and this dude's got a shotgun pointed at this freaking dude.
Damn.
I was like this. He said, "Don't worry about it. Just keep moving." But yeah, that was that was a little creepy.
So what'd you do? Did you just keep driving? It's like, yes, sir. You ain't seen me again, boss man.
They were they were heavy-handed in my household, so they did turn the fuck around. Unless you wanted to get beat, you went ahead and turned around. But no, I was working. It's outside. It's east at East Atlanta, over by the federal prison.
That sounds about right.
I was working for this electrical company, and they were renovating some of these like projects and everything, and definitely projects because there was plywood on windows, like little gang sign or graffiti on all the inside out. So we're in there replacing receptacles and shit like this, rerunning wire, and so one day we hear outside it's some helicopters, and I think the Atlanta police has a special department called Red Dog or something like that. That's a little grimier than the regular folks, more like the Training Day types, and I don't know, but
Oh, it's all the gangster wannabes who weren't cool enough as a kid to be in a gang. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Nah,
you
back
never accepted me.
back are boys in blue.
But yeah. So we hear the helicopter outside.
So they're the Rough Rider cops.
Yeah, it's
they
kinda-
just
yeah, kinda
they
like
out
that,
there
yeah.
looking for them gangster gangbangers.
Yeah, or it's escaped prisoners from
They
the federal
want
prison.
they want the escaped convicts. They want
Yeah.
the cop killers. They want to take you down.
Yeah. So yeah, they're in the helicopter flying above and everything, and I mean you can see the guys out there and everything, and all these freaking cop cars are just in and out of these apartments, all this other crap, and so we're working in this one complex, and the guy with the main foreman was like, "There's 4 of us, and 2 vehicles." And the guy foreman was like, "Hey, let's just go over to the other apartment complex. We don't want to get mixed with any of this, especially if they're running around and we get an escaped convict coming here and fucking tries to take one of us." And so we pull over. Freaking cop car follows us. We get into the other complex. These guys, I mean, how they slam right behind your vehicle so you can't pull out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're out of the car. I mean, one's got his gun on the other dude, and one's got it on me. He said, "What the fuck y'all doing over here? What y'all doing?" We say, "Hey man, if you let me open my trunk, we're construction workers." I mean, they're following like that. I'm like, "Hey man," and this other dude, he decides to keep on riding instead of pulling over where we were. He goes and rides around in the thing a little bit, then comes back. So I mean, there's like 2 cars on this fucking dude. He's whoa. But yeah, they all. I mean, there's about 6-8 cops, and they all got them right on us. I was like, "Hey."
The convict must have been white. They got confused.
He was like, we're looking for a guy.
You fit the
A
description,
white
honky.
guy. Just like, ain't many of you. I checked all 6 of you.
White
This
guy
thing
in
right
East Atlanta. What are the odds? Light them up, boys.
So how do we
man, that's
just shoot
rough.
on? Hey, there's only one of them.
Damn.
Shoot 'em. Oh my god! But there was a couple times, like when we were driving convoys, like when we were deployed. The rule of the engagement is we take the center lane, and the other cars you just pull over. It used to be before where you pull over, stop, whatever. But now, as long as you keep, there's like new rules of engagement and all this other crap. This is about 2003 or whatever. So the lieutenant that was riding here, so she would give me a freaking 9mm, and we go over and we're like, okay, if people were getting too close, we were the lead vehicle all the time, so we'd ride up front. And if there's people, I mean, there would be some assholes that were, oh, I call them assholes, I guess getting taken over by another country is gonna. But
I ain't getting over for these fuckers.
fuck these movies.
Let them kill me. I'll
But-
be on CNN.
But there's been a couple times where you're following behind them, and what you do is you go over to the other side of them, you point the 9 right in the window, and said, "You know what, you get over or get shot. You got 2 options right now." So yeah, there's been a couple times where I had to pull over and follow them on over and get back in the center lane. Thank you.
There there's so many people around here that wish they can do that all
Yep.
the time. That just like, I wish I could do that. I should be able to do that. It's like this, when someone doesn't get out of the left lane for me, I just get beside them, pull a gun.
Chase them over with
It's
the
like,
freaking
then they
gun.
move. It's like, thank you, thanks.
That'll do it.
That's a great fucking traffic move right there.
Yeah.
It's like, this guy's not moving out of the way. Just pull up next to him, flash your gun. Oh man.
Part though is, I mean, we were trained. Well, we had classes, I guess, trained on, if you see a car that's a little heavy weighted on the back,
Yeah.
whatever, don't even pull up beside them and do that. Just go ahead and keep your distance. Maybe even give a warning shot or something, because that was a sign that they had they would put propane tanks. That was a new way of doing it. They would just fill the trunk with propane tanks and everything, and they were starting to use like some hydrochlorine or something like that. They were able to put blocks. I forget the form it comes in,
like
but
hydrochloric acid. Or
yeah,
something.
hydrochloric acid. Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
then they would blow that. So yeah, when you pull around on the sides, like, man, I hope this isn't somebody just waiting for me with his gun. I was like, come on, please just be a sweet family. Just get the fuck over and let me just go do my job.
Yeah. You never know, man. This world's a war zone. Guns are everywhere. It is intriguing to me just how other countries, like, no, citizens don't have guns. Can't have a fucking gun. You're a fucking Swedish citizen. You crazy? I remember hearing, like, in the early 1900s, lots of citizens in Europe, like, couldn't even carry a sword or a dagger.
Yeah.
They can only have, like, a small blade, maybe, and then just here. And everyone hated that, so everyone came to America and is like, we can have all the guns and weapons we want. And that's just become our thing, and, well, you could argue it's not going too well, but, I mean...
But in a worldwide reference...
Yeah, it's only
we're
like...
doing pretty...
couple percent more over here.
Yeah, we're not doing too bad.
Yeah.
Considering the amount of guns, we got more guns than people, and, I mean, we're not... I mean, it's not like a complete Wild West. Like,
yeah.
You would...
We've come a long way since the Wild West.
Man, that would be another shitty time period to be in.
But I was also thinking about like Russia or China invading. It's like we're gonna need some ARs, man.
Oh, that's...
If that ever becomes a real possibility, then like every fucking house needs an AR. But that's just my opinion. But that's really if like China, Russia invading becomes a reality.
Yeah.
Put a fucking AR in every household, every family.
Well, I mean, really, the basis since the Vietnam War is guerrilla warfare, right? And I'm willing to bet that when, like, North Korea or Iran or any of these that are Russia, I mean, they're the closest to us, are considering about invading us. Like, if somebody was thinking about invading the U.S., I mean, they'd have to really consider that probably 70% of those guns are located in one region, and they would probably have to, we'd have to, because if you invade there, I mean, the amount of, I would be willing to bet, like, if there was an alert, hey, we're about to be invaded, like, whatever I could do to support a militia, the Dawsonville militia, if they come here, we're all gonna live or die.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that'd be something they'd have to take in consideration. Hey, we got enough ammo to support an army.
You think all those crazy rednecks with like dozens of ARs will start like passing them out to everyone? Like, this is what we waited for. This is why I have these. Everybody take an AR. If you're still alive afterwards, and please bring them back. If not, keep them.
If you can,
please return them. There were a lot of money, but The day has come where they are finally needed.
Yeah, they are.
It's
No, I think that I think they would if it came down to something like that. Like, you know what? Here, this is all part of an armory. You know, when people
Yeah.
attack, we hand them out. Or
I think this is my opinion, my own theory, but I think that's what China was doing with those weather balloons. They were doing some recon on our country, closest military bases to the closest towns. Maybe they were thinking about starting in one region of the U.S. and seeing if they could start small. But I think that's what they were doing with those weather balloons. They were
yeah,
spying for that purpose.
I think so too. Because if it followed like the weather pattern, I mean, it goes over the Midwest, I guess, and I mean, it goes like through the important parts of the freaking country, and it didn't shoot it down to like South Carolina.
Yeah, so
When
yeah,
was-
it
well,
made it
a
all.
jet
It literally
fighter
made it
finally-
all the way
yeah.
across the U.S.
I mean, that thing could have beamed and
It could.
recorded everything
Oh yeah,
it wanted to record by then.
Air Force bases, Army bases, yeah,
Yeah.
all that shit. Yeah, I think that's what they were doing. I think it's a matter of time before something happens, like World War III. I'm scared,
Yeah.
but
You know one
who
thing I
knows?
do love,
Who
though?
knows, man?
I love that we shot that shit out of the sky with a jet fighter and a missile. I mean, we couldn't just freaking
Yeah, I don't,
let's send some freaking F-35s, some Tomahawks.
yeah, I don't know I forget the reasoning for that, but
Yeah,
I don't know. They thought it best to. Oh, they did wait on purpose till it made it over to the Atlantic Ocean, so it would fall in the ocean. They were afraid if it fell on land, it could explode or
to collect
something.
like the black box to see what was recorded.
Yeah, who knows? So I think they wanted it to come down on the ocean anyway, but yeah, they knew the damage would be done by then. It made it all the way across the country, taking videos or photos, whatever.
Yeah,
You never know, man.
never
freaking know.
know. Well, you know what we do know? Every Friday morning, oh yeah, we want to say hola, me llama James.
Me llamo John.
Again, please comment on the intro. Let us know what you think. Give us a comment. Tell us what you think. Is the U.S. going to get invaded or not? Come on, people. Yeah, like, subscribe, please. We're here. We want to make this our time. Until then, John Farmer, James Wilson,